So here's the progress so far. I've added a little batten in here into the seam. You can see it sticking out of the end here. That's just to hold the top of the sail in place so I can stretch it. And that will stiffen it up because the yard gets screwed right on. So none of this part shows, but it's nicely sewed, and I added a rope. Well, nicely sewed. It's okay sewed. It will work sewed. That kind of sewed. And then when we get down to here, the yard stops right in about this area here. And so I'm just coming up, and this is the part I attached, which has been wrapped around the thread. Wrapped around and sewed both sides. So the cut sail, extra material, went over top, and it's been doubled over on this seam here to hold it in place. So it's well sewed, as in strong. This is the first reef point here, and it is sewed like crazy. This wrinkle is a divot that I added, or a little fold to increase the draft. And I was going to sew it off onto a taper, but I think it's just fine if it shows as a little wrinkle here and adds a little beefiness into the sail, so that the sail has a bit better draft. And I'm not done this section here, obviously, and there'll be another little wrinkle right in there, and another one under here. You can see the area, and then I have to cut along here yet and come along and follow this section. So this will be gone. The original sailmaker, who wouldn't approve of what I'm doing anyway. And then down here, all has to get neatened out and sewed. And you can see how I've sort of stretched the sail off. Oh, hitting again. Yeah, so it is a bit of work, but I'm pretty pleased with the results so far. I'm going to give up on it for this week down to here, and I still have to do a little sewing right up along this seam. You can see the thread coming there. But I'm going to give up on it after I finish sewing up this top section, because we are going to be prepping Diane's rose so that section gets sewed, to go on a trip. Okay, I am going to show you how I go about this. There's a couple key factors. The nail size, which this nail bent on me once, but it's still working, so I'm still using it. The nail size and your needle size. Now I broke 2 needles because, well, the one had lasted forever, so it was due. I pulled too hard on with the pliers. But I went and bought some new needles, and I've got 4 in a set that are the right size for the thread. The thread's super heavy duty, so this is where the hole size comes in handy to have the right nail, so that it makes it easier to push the thread. So in some cases, in the thinner material, I only need to drill, and I don't even need to use the pliers to pull and tug. It helps actually that there's already thread there to kind of gauge equal spacing. So I have been just using my hand. As mentioned before, I corralled this hand off. So if you give it a sharp tug, you're through, and then snug up your thread. Hit it from the back side. You want to be careful that you hit the hole on all sides, because this other side's loose, and you come in on an angle, you may come up the side. So, yeah. Okay, fine. Grab the pliers, pull it through. The upside's harder than the downside, it seems. I think because I push it up a little bit too far when I'm doing this. There, feel for that. I use the plywood actually to help push it. There we go. And snug it up. So I'm not looking for perfection. I just want something that is strong. This whole area here, oh yeah, this section shows, so I do want it to look somewhat decent. What you got to watch is if the thread twists, it leaves a little knot on the back side. So once in a while, have a look underneath. It's looking pretty okay. And again, the key is that it's just strong. I have a shake, so I have to eat. I'm at the stage I need lunch. It's like 2 or 3 probably. And when I have a couple coffees, that's how it is. I've been there before, so I know. Come on. There we go. So I'm trying to relegate this hand not to do much. So that's why I've, I mentioned before, corralled it somewhat. I can just sort of grab the end of the beast. So there you go. So you can see you make quick progress up, and you end up now with a strong sail. I'm leaving that floppy. I figure that's a soft, I left a little bit of the thin section because that's a soft corner now. And this way it'll be the thread that holds it, but that'll work out nice. I noticed on that other angle you couldn't really see me drilling. So here I'm hoping you see it a little bit better.